Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. C-Freeze, we got a copy? Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. C-Freeze, we got a copy? I don't hear you. Testing, 1, 2, 3. C. Yeah, I just don't know why it wouldn't allow your voice to be shared. I mean, I could just put you on speaker. I could just do that. Okay. Okay. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Competitive Racing for round 11 of the Silver class, and we are here in the land of Down Under for our second sprint week of season 16. 14 drivers tonight, and boy, do we have a good battle for the Drivers' Championship at the front, with Zionical making a great bounce back last week to get the victory and reclaim the championship lead. My name is Camden Luca, here doing main tonight for the Silver class broadcast, and alongside me, he's pushing through it. Pushing through a little cold, and we're going to see how this goes. C-Freeze, do we have a copy?
Yo, we made it down under, and C-Freeze is feeling down under. That's fine, in the co-booth. But we made it here. Hopefully it sounds okay.
Right on. So, like I said, we do have the sprint week tonight, so we'll have a normal qualifying, as you see right here, and then we will get into a short, I believe, 10-lap sprint race, around that range. The top 8 get points in their respective positions. So, for example, first place gets 8 points, and then 8th place gets 1 point. Then after that, we will go straight into the 50% race. And one thing I'm looking for this race, C-Freeze, 4 DRS zones at this track, which obviously is a record.
Yeah, and it's funny because last season they actually took out that last DRS zone in real life, real F1, but it stuck in the game, and I think it returned this season, or maybe next year. I think we saw that in the 4 DRS zones, but yeah, basically the whole track is DRS now.
Super interesting, as Whizbang had a little issue there coming to the end of his lap out of turn 14. And yeah, he is going to be the slowest of the drivers who have put in a lap. But on their outlaps right now is Kluka and Zionicle. And like I said, last week, Zionicle ended up getting the win in Japan after a string of poor finishes. As a matter of fact, he had back-to-back DNFs in both Spain and Italy. So Zionicle looking to get back on track here with a 14-point lead. And we're going to ride on board with him as he heads down into turn 1. That short right-hander, it's easy to cut the corner there and completely ruin your lap as soon as it begins, but Zionicle headed down to turns 3 and 4. And we've seen some trouble here in the past racing side by side, so keep your eyes glued on those corners tonight. Into the fast right-hander of turn 5, full throttle through there in qualifying, and then into turns 6 and 7, that very technical section of the track. And this is the new DRS zone right here, down this curved back straightaway. It is the third DRS zone. This is where things get tricky, Seafreeze. Turns 9 and 10.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of spins there. But I think more importantly on this game, especially when we get to the race, not the sprint, but the race, this third sector I've been hearing is very slippery, and it's hard to keep those tires under control. So you might see some local spins, local yellows even in the third sector when we get to the race.
Let's see what Zionicle does here. Out of turn 14 and to the finish line, he's going to put up a 117.620, which is fastest, and he is 0.3 ahead of his championship rival, F1 Nerd. Looks like some guy is starting his lap. And some guy ended up getting into an incident late. Actually, he was... Oh, yep, he's starting his lap. Some guy got into an incident late last week in Japan with Chabar and ended up getting a P9 finish. So looking to rebound from that and hopefully keep it clean on track.
Yeah, that was coming down to the last few laps as well from last season, last race. So some points lost by the pair of them.
Yeah. And I know Chabar was not too thrilled about that because, unfortunately, he was kind of at the butt end of that crash, unfortunately. But a Pilot puts in a lap, 118.576.
Yeah, well, if you only get the butt end one time this season, that's pretty. I guess that's pretty good.
Right.
Chabar's been pretty consistent, so one time being the butt end is all right.
I agree.
I'm sure you would agree too.
Oh yeah. Maybe he can he can recover with some oatmeal after that, right? Some nice hot oatmeal. That's something that you need, Seafreeze, right now.
Hey, a miracle.
Oh yeah.
Some money would help too.
Yep. Can't go wrong with that. Totally agree there, but Bulldog is on an outlap, and now that I'm looking at it, everybody has put in a lap, which is kind of surprising considering a lot of weeks we get either back of the grid penalties or we have people that show up late or they just don't put in a lap until the last second. So I'm very proud of these guys for already putting in a banker with more than 5 minutes left in the session. Bulldog is starting his lap here. P5 right now, just behind Kluka for P4. And he is good by 1/10 right now, so that would put him in P4. into this fast chicane right here. Very technical. One mistake and your whole lap is done.
New layout, you do kind of get a little bit of a break now that they took out those corners. So Australia always used to be a track where you had to be up on the wheel for the entirety of it, and you didn't get much break throughout the lap. But now that they kind of reconfigured that back stretch before turns 9 and 10, I definitely do get a little bit more breaks. So it does change the setup a lot too, so that the track characteristics change by a lot where you go with the setup. And I think that's why we're seeing those tire temps. And when we get to the race, that third sector is really going to be issues for some.
Looks like Whizbang, he has a case of the wiggles here in qualifying thus far.
I used to love the wiggles, I tell you.
Oh, and he has a case of the track oh my gosh, oh man.
Salad.
Oh no, and Whizbang is off the track and into the wall, and that is his qualifying over.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
Well,
salad.
Whizbang might be getting some fruit salad now because his qualifying is over. You know what you need, Seafreeze?
Some fruit salad.
You need
really good.
You need some fruit cereal, but instead of milk, you replace the milk with some Tylenol.
No, we don't got any milk. We're out of milk.
Well, there you
We're
go.
out of milk, we're out of eggs, and we're out of bread. Oh, there's no hurricane coming.
Oh boy, can you be sick more often? I feel like your humor is better when you're under the weather.
Is it?
Maybe. I don't know. Everybody, comment below if you want Seafreeze to be sick for future broadcasts. We can arrange that.
Yeah. We have breaking news here out of TCR.
Oh yeah?
We have a new biggest loser, and the cookie goes to Mebe. Just left the server.
What?
Yeah, he's out. His racecraft declined so poorly, he retired.
Well, that's a shame because he was looking for that second win for a while, and he came very close last week, as a matter of fact. But
you know what I say, Kevin?
What?
With Meb, you hold your breath. I digress.
He might be back. You never know.
I'll see him Thursday.
Oh boy.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Come into work sick more often, Seafreeze. This is good stuff. But by the way, we do have 1 minute left in the session, and just about everybody is on track. Kluka did crash out of turn 10, which is not an uncommon thing. As a matter of fact, we just had a crash in turn 1. Paboo is out. Where did he crash? I do want to check on our rookie, Speedin. P7 right now. He is good by a 10th and a half. A new driver showed up in Japan for his first race.
I like it.
He ended up finishing in P6 there, and he's looking for another solid effort, at least here in qualifying. Now remember, this only starts the order for the sprint race, so we'll see where he fares in the sprint, but speed into the line. Goes to P4. Good stuff from the second race of his TCR career.
Second row of the grid as well for the moment being.
Yeah, look at that. Here comes Pilot, though, out of turn 14. Not sure where his delta's at, but we're about to find out. P6. Some guy is invalid. He is done. Let's check in with Joby. Oh, never mind. Joby is done. Who else do we got? Looks like D-Swish to the line. D-Swish goes P2, slower by about 0.05 of a second compared to Zionicle. I think that will do it. So Zionicle, continuing where he left off from last week, P1, but he's going to have to get through this sprint race, and I'm telling you, Seafreeze, a short race with 4 DRS zones in the silver class, over under on how many DNFs we're going to see in the sprint race.
Oh, just in the sprint race?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know.
That's a tough. I'm going to say at least, I don't know, I think at least 2. I would say it won't be so much.
Okay. I'll go over that. I'll go 3. I think we see an incident in turn 1, just because getting down to speed in turn 1 at this track, trying to fit 20 drivers into one area is not easy at this track. So I'll go with 3. Ooh, you know what I just thought about, Seafreeze? Because we have the sprint race, we get double the predictions.
Damn, that's crazy.
I know.
No formation laps.
Yeah, so we got to do this.
We're going right into it.
Rapid fire. Who do you got?
Oh my goodness.
No pressure.
Well, I remember last time we had the feature race at Italy, or at Monza, and Zionicle wasn't able to get the win on that. So I'm not going to pick him for the sprint. Maybe for the race, though. My list just went away.
Oof.
Oh, and it's raining. Oh, wow.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what kind of preview you're getting. Oh, there it is. Oh, you want to go up on that retirement bet?
Yeah, I'll go to 4.
Okay.
You know what? I really like. I like D-Swish for the win. I like D-Swish for the win. We'll do Pilot in second. And I like Speedin' for third.
So
F1 Nerd, he's been getting those time penalties. In the sprint, it might not hurt him as much, but he is good in the wet. So we'll have to see how he can balance the time penalties versus his good driving in the wet. And Bulldog and Zionicle, I'm just not too sure yet. Here we go.
All right, I'm going to go Zionicle, F1 Nerd, and Kluka. Lights out, and away we go from the sprint race. Who gets off the line good? Zionicle gets a jump on D-Swish. Heading down to turn 1. They are side by side for third. Bulldog gonna squeeze F1 Nerd a little bit, and F1 Nerd gets put in the grass, but makes a good save, and they are getting very squirrely here in the midfield. Somehow, I don't believe we have seen any sort of collisions.
Wait for it.
Oh, there it is. Williams going around. That is Pilot. Oh, and we have another one. It looks like Paboo is going off the course, but he makes a good save. Pilot spins out of turn 3.
Fruit salad. This bang went off the bang at the wall.
And that's a virtual. Oh, and he just got into Joby a little bit right there. Whizbang might need some of your magical fruit salad because he is off to a tough start this race.
He's gonna get it. Oh, he's gotta watch his delta here.
He needs to watch his mirrors is what he needs to watch.
Yeah, both Haas's rough start down at 11th and 13th. Pilot with that spin into that hairpin. Turn 3. Top 4 remain the same. I think top 5 even speeding in 5th. And we're under VSC. Just gotta wait for the deltas.
Gosh, Speedin almost got into the back of F1 Nerd. You really want to be careful here under virtual safety car. As we're back underway, D-Swish gets a good jump here on Bulldog, and he's going to remain in P2 as they head into turn 1, unless the Bulldog makes a send, and he will not. Whizbang going to fix his damage. He is off to a bad start. Ooh, take a look at this here. Midfield battle, Hallberg and some guy. Some guy gets squeezed a little bit, has to go up onto the curbs. He remains in P8, but he's got Oatmeal chasing him down. You know what, Seafreeze? I think we should just call Chabar Oatmeal. Get rid of the joke and just start calling him Oatmeal. Yeah, that's right.
Use that Apex, so...
I think that was...
Like, what'd you say, Butthead?
Oh, yeah. Beavis and Butthead. So is F1 nerd Beavis?
No, those two are far from it. That's all Ben and Seegers. Unless we're doing each one for each class. We have a couple Ben and Beavises and Buttheads.
Well, I think we should. That would keep things fun.
This is where Chabar got his first podium way back when. In season, I'm going to say 13.
Yeah, I try to forget that race. It was not a good race for me. Oh, it looks like XD just gave Chabar the spot. That was interesting.
I don't know if he gave it to him, but he definitely had that understeer on corner entry.
Looks like this bout for P7 is still going on, which doesn't surprise me because Hallberg is a pretty clean racer, I would say, and although some guy had an incident last week, he doesn't come off as somebody that's overly aggressive or anything. But take a look at this, though. Zionical, 2.5 lead already after 3 laps.
Remember last week he got pole position. He basically controlled the entire race and went on to win it. Now he's doing this similar thing in style here in the spring.
Looks like Bulldog is really closing in on D-Swish here. We could have a good battle for P2 on track. Ooh, Bulldog really pushing it there out of the final corner.
Yeah, it's just so tough to pass here, and these drivers probably have dry setups on if the race was going to be dry, although only the drivers really know that.
Yeah, I can imagine they have dry setups on. You know, especially if it's a dry race, you know. Oh, XD has left.
Let me see if I can get him one.
I might beat you to it. Let me see. Actually, nope, I don't see him on here, so if you have him, that would be superb. Oh, well, looks like Bulldog just made a mistake there, pushing a little too hard into turn 6 and 7, and he's going to lose several positions. Here comes Kluka, though. Kluka wants some. Oh, no, don't go side by side in this corner. Oh, bad chicane for Kluka. Hopped the curbs in turn 9, and that was all she wrote. Oh, what's up? Nars wants an invite.
Oh, it's little Z Nars.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Look at this battle here. Hallberg losing a spot to Chabar. Good side-by-side racing there into that right-hander, and Hallberg going to try and get a good acceleration out of turn 14. He does not. So yeah, do you remember that over-under bet that we just made about 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
No, not at all.
which is a good thing.
Man, I'm telling you, Bulldog is struggling right now. Kluka just looking for a way by. But, however, some guy is pressuring Kluka actually pretty significantly. But Kluka gonna absolutely murder the battery here down the straightaway. You might want to save that for after the chicane. Let's see if he gets a good corner right here. He could have been better. And there he is.
Oh, wow, look who came to play. Z-Man Dawes has entered the game.
Oh, and look who has entered the game up front. Zionical, very sideways under braking. D-Swish has closed him in rapidly, and this is not over yet. Zionical struggling with the traction.
He's gonna get it.
D-Swish to the lead. And now, can F1 Nerd catch up?
He's kind of been there the whole race. He was behind Bulldog until he made that mistake. He's kind of been following D-Swish.
Oh, what in the world?
Whoa. Zionical, man, almost lost it. Oh, we almost did it again.
I think, I think Pabu just had an affair with the pit wall, and now he is having an affair with the speed limits. Been a rough start for the Haas duo.
Yeah, I think it's not a matter of if F1 Nerd gets past Zionical, it's probably when. I think it's going to be now.
Here he is looking on Zionical down into this right-hander. Oh, Zionical locks up and has to cut the curb, and he is going to lose that spot and maybe more.
Those tire temps are going to be a little out of whack, possibly. Looks like the track's drying up, too. I don't know.
I agree. I think Zionical is losing his pace here under these conditions. And take a look at this. Bulldog. Boy, this is bold. Into the pits with only a few laps remaining. Maybe to go for fastest lap, but he had a bunch of points in the bag if he just stayed in his position. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, with only a few laps left, you probably stay out. But if that's going to risk you crashing out, it might be better to come in.
Boy, I'm telling you, Zionical, whatever his driving style is, whatever his setup is, it is not good for these conditions right now. He is absolutely struggling for grip, and he might lose a podium in this sprint race.
He's got to be careful he doesn't put it in the wall.
Yeah, he's got to realize, too, that, like I said, there are a bunch of points up for grabs in this race. As of now, F1 Nerd is getting 7 points, which, considering how tight they are in the championship, Zionical cannot afford to crash out in this race. And DRS,
There it is.
Yep, DRS is active. So we have a dry track. Does anybody else come into the pits? Oh, where's the trouble at? There was just a yellow. Might have been for, well, I don't know, actually. Oh, I see it. Pabu. Or no, who is it? It's Joby, the other Haas. Joby's around.
It could have been all three of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh boy, we have battles everywhere. And Holberg! Oh my goodness, what just happened?
He got DQ'd. He went to the Dairy Queen.
He was
He's out.
blocking the pit lane. I caught the back end of that. Not sure how that happens. Oh, look at this. Some guy is trying to make a bold move on Kluka, and he's going to think better of it. Oh, Whizbang, that is in the pits, I believe.
It's the first one.
Now, hold on. We do have 2 people off the track. Just want to clarify, we were talking retirements, right? We weren't talking
We were
like...
talking retirements, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, not hold your breath. There's still plenty of time for that to happen.
I agree.
The drivers are doing it exceptionally well, I will say, in these conditions. To make it this far in a changing condition, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about adapting in these scenarios, and that may be one of the things where experience comes into play, and these silver class drivers. Not sure where their backgrounds are, but probably less than what we see in the platinum and golden classes. And I'm telling you what, Seafreeze, take a look at...
Kluka's got no wing. He hit the wall in the straightaway. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Strange. Now,
it seemed so far towards the middle way of the straight that I don't even know what happened.
Now, he needs to be careful here because he's on in jeopardy of not getting any points in the sprint race. He's got a pretty good gap down the Bulldog, but I think it's going to be close. We just had an issue. Yeah, there was contact there. D-Swish, there was some carbon fiber that went flying, and look at this at the front. F1 Nerd catching lap traffic. Will he get DRS here?
He took the lead off of D-Swish. Now Zionical's gonna see if he can capitalize, grab one position here.
Zionical has it, so can he? Oh, he overshoots the corner, though. Off into the grass he goes, and D-Swish takes it right back. And right behind him, though, look at these guys closing in. Speedin and some guy are all in this. Oh, and some guy, he hits him. Zionical gets hit by Speedin, and some guy goes through to third.
You spin me round, baby, right round.
That's usually my job to play that song. Attaboy, Seafreeze. Oh boy, what has just happened here? Oh, Chabar! Now Chabar is going to get by Speedin. Yeah, Chabar could get a podium here.
It could be a 1-3 for Red Bull.
Unbelievable circumstances that just occurred. The conditions changed. All sorts of chaos occurred. And now, look at this though, D-Swish! He's not out of this yet. Some guy is out. That's out of the chicane. He will not get any points. At the front, F1 Nerd trying to hold off D-Swish. D-Swish going to have a good run here into the last couple corners. Can he get by him? It's going to be close. F1 Nerd doesn't get a good exit. Here comes D-Swish. D-Swish looking to the inside. It's going to be a photo finish at the line. It's going to be... Oh! It wasn't F1 Nerd or D-Swish. I think it was F1 Nerd by 0.008 of a second. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's got to be the closest finish in TCR history. I know it's just a sprint race, but come on.
D-Swish, if you laid off some of the chocolate bars, I bet you would have had them. Weight reduction, am I right? 8 thousandths. That's at least 2 chocolate bars.
Where's Charles when we need him? Charles, do you have a record on what the closest finish in TCR history is? Because I couldn't tell at the line who finished in front of who. That's like a NASCAR finish.
He was trying to side draft him. Side draft.
And unfortunately for the Haas's, this is the one race where it doesn't mean anything to get 10th place. If that were the case, though, Haas would add on to their point total this season from 6 and go to 7. But it is the sprint race, so they will stay at 6. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was cool.
That was one of the best finishes I've seen. Closest, I should say. But it was still good, too.
Driver of the day, Mr. Oatmeal.
And he gets himself a sprint podium. That might be his first sprint podium.
And I do want to point out, Kluka did come back to get a point after putting it into the wall and losing his entire wing. So Williams, though, probably we're looking for a little bit more. Only 1 point combined between those two. And like we said, the Haas drivers both finishing outside the points. This will be the order for the feature. So guess what, Seafreeze? We're getting right back into predictions.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a dry race, and I think I'm going to put back Zionicle. I like him in the dry. F1 Nerd, I really can't pick him for the win with his time penalties, but I do like him in Australia. I put him in third, and for a runner-up, I'm going to put Speed in. I don't know. I kind of like to put him in second. It's been pretty impressive.
I mean, it was definitely hard to tell, I feel like, because that race was just in a league of its own. But, yeah, I liked what I saw from Speedin. I just haven't seen enough from him yet to really put him in my podium, so I'm not going to do that. I think Zionicle is going to make a comeback. He got absolutely screwed over, which, by the way, Speedin is the one that got into him, I believe, in turn 3, so he's probably going to get a penalty. Oh, geez. F1 Nerd, Zionicle, and Pilot podium. All right, lights out and away we go from the Australian Grand Prix. Who gets off the line good at the front? F1 Nerd gonna get the launch. D switches side by side going in to turn 1 with Shabar. And Shabar is looking to get Red Bull 1-2 here off the line, but he loses the spot to Speedin. Speedin gonna make a send here into turn 3. He's gonna stay in third. Shabar's gonna pressure him, but Shabar will slide into fourth. Oh boy, look at this side by side here into the kink. Bulldog going after XD Champ. Bulldog gonna muscle his way by for that spot. Oh, and Whizbang's out. That is a safety car.
Salad.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
What is... I mean, I get the oatmeal reference, but what does fruit salad even compare to?
That's from the Wiggles. You called him the Wiggle. He was really wiggling.
Oh, I think Shabar is having a gear issue. He just went down to neutral, and he got overtaken by Zionicle. Him and Zionicle were duking it out under safety car, and he just held up everybody. I think his wheel may be acting up.
He's got some mechanical issues here.
Oh!
A little loud, too.
My God, Zionicle pulling out the Houdini tricks here under safety car. Shabar, he's saying, no, you go. Actually, no, I want to go. No, you can go ahead. Nah, you can have it.
Alakazam, what's the magic word?
In Zionicle's case, it might be fuck off. This is my spot, Shabar. No? Too far? Alright. XD Champion in the...
Tuesday, nobody's watching. Kids are in bed, we're alright.
XD Champ putting on a new wing. We want to welcome everybody to Trinity Competitive Racing. All audiences are encouraged to watch.
Is anybody watching this? Let me check.
I don't know, man. The last time I saw the comment section was vacant. Oh, actually, we have a lot of comments. U.S. Open Wheel is dominating the comments. He said, why would you box? Back when a Bulldog ended up boxing there late in the race. Oh, Shabar. Yeah, Shabar. Shabar definitely has a big issue right now. He just went off in the grass.
No, we do have viewers. Look at that. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, we have a lot, Seafreeze. we got a full show here tonight.
I didn't think anybody would come out to watch it. I mean us.
Yeah, I was about to say, why? Because you're not running the show tonight?
Like, oh, this is Camden's play-by-play.
Yeah,
You're doing a good job.
That's probably why Platinum gets no viewers, as we have our possible race strategies at the bottom. Interesting. Okay, so there's a one-stop option, soft to medium. We haven't really talked about that yet, but we have several people on the softs, including the man in third, Speedin.
difficult in a couple laps' time.
Bulldog as well on the soft tires. And as a matter of fact, the only people on hards are really the people that didn't plan on being on hards. That is XD champion Hallberg, who had to pit there after issues on the first lap. I still don't understand. Like, maybe Jabbar is having a wheel issue, but why are these two leapfrogging so much? Or is it?
Could be just connection based. That's why he's jumping.
Yeah, probably, because on my screen it showed Jabbar was fourth, and then he was, going back to fifth. But I don't know what's going on. Definitely, something is up with either his wheel or the connection. I thought it was his wheel at first because Jabbar's had wheel problems all season, specifically with the gears. Sometimes I don't know. Has he told you specifically? Like, does it lock into gear or go down a gear?
Yeah, when he upshifts or downshifts, I think more on the upshift, it doesn't really register, so doesn't really get registered as a click. So he just stays in the same gear.
I think, you know what, we should actually try that one race, maybe for either the All-Star race or an exhibition race. We should have everybody use 7th gear as their maximum gear. And if you're caught going into 8th gear, you're disqualified. I think that would be very interesting. So, I love this comment. Replying to you, Seafreeze, if anybody watches on Tuesday, Richie Morales, I think that's how your name is pronounced. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it correctly. He said, every Tuesday, baby, appointment TV. I like that.
Oh, nice. You hit the schedule the recording just in case.
Right?
That's awesome.
He hit the DVR button.
Well, you could schedule it for a couple more weeks. We're here till what, December? I think the first week in it.
Late November. Back underway after the safety car speed in, peeks to the inside, thinks better of it. Ooh, Joby didn't get a good exit out of turn 1. Here comes XD Champ. These two are going to be side by side. And Joby gives him the spot, but XD runs a little wide, and there's an issue here for Paboo. He goes around. At the front, though, things getting a little frisky. Zionical all over speed and all over D-Swish, and F1 Nerd trying to run away from everybody. Ooh, I want to watch this real quick. Hallberg ahead of Joby, he gets that spot. Ooh, Jabbar, Kluka side by side. Jabbar gets a poor exit. Bulldog now going to try and take advantage. Now the snake begins. Oh, looks like Jabbar just had an issue, and he goes way off the track into the grass. Here comes Bulldog now, but Pilot, there's no room for Pilot to get by them, and Pilot has to stay in that position for now. Bulldog gonna get both of them. What's Pilot gonna do? Pilot gonna do a dummy and pull back in line. Jabbar, he's going to try this right here, Seafreeze. He's draining the battery. He's going to try and do this before the chicane, but he thinks better of it. I think he's just going to stick in line for now. Oh, no, he hits it, though! Oh, Jabbar just ripped Bulldog, and there's a big crash with the Williams! Oh, no. Yikes, that's...
out.
Yeah, but that's going to be a penalty on Jabbar. It's going to be a penalty on him, I believe.
I gotta see the replay. I missed it.
It was a big wreck.
I'll just rewind. I got the recording.
Get that TV remote. Oh, that's a shame. Pilot has not had a good sprint weekend here in Australia. Uh-oh, we have a yellow for... That's Bulldog again. Bulldog probably a little frustrated, and now his race is up in smoke, and he's... That's not where you want to go. You don't want to go into the sand when you're trying to get out of the sand. He's going to come into the pits. Does he retire in the pits? He's taking his sweet time, so I wouldn't be surprised.
And looking back at that replay, Jabbar was definitely at fault for that one, but he was definitely up on the wheel and aggressive. He just went too far into the corner. I don't think Bulldog did anything wrong there. He was hitting his apex. Looks like Jabbar maybe just went a little too deep and bumped him in the back. He wasn't really going for a move or anything, but just tapped the back of him.
That's a shame, because Jabbar really does not make those mistakes very often.
Oh.
Very clean racer, so he'll definitely get some penalty points to his name after this
But
one.
I think that's also a good thing, too, because you never want to be too conservative. So, when you have a mistake like that every now and then, that means you're trying, you're pushing up to get lap time. But yeah, you're right. We never really see a mistake like that from Jabbar.
Oh, and Bulldog's race might be over if he can't get back going, and he does. He was beached for a little bit, and that will cause a virtual safety car on lap 6. Now, I really want to watch Jabbar here, because he did have issues under the last slowdown that we had. Richie is blaming the incident on his faulty wheel.
You know what? It very well could be. As part of the foundation, I'd fully agree. We got to go through a full investigation, find out what happened.
I think our boss needs to get us new wheels.
Yeah, once the performances start coming in, maybe for the Christmas bonus.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Relax.
Well, maybe I should start trying.
You need the performances.
Maybe I should start trying this season.
Ragnar would get one before you, buddy.
Oh, definitely. Oh, we're back underway, and look at speed and time that to perfection. He might get the lead. Oh, but he bumps F1 nerd, and he's not going to get the lead, but what an effort there on the restart. Oh, Zianical's getting pushed wide, and he saves it. What a restart by Speedin. Oh, and he's losing it. Oh, and he's drifting. Man, he's going all out.
Yep, he's gonna... I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's having some sort of weird issue here. Either that or he's...
cooked.
Yeah.
He's got a pit. That's what that is. Those tires are done. D-O-N-E, done.
He took the phrase, let him cook, too seriously, I think.
He put him on the bobby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's already a second behind. Here's Jabbar into the chicane. I think he learned from the previous incident. Here comes some guy, though. He's looking to make a move on Jabbar. Jabbar's going backwards. Oh, and we have a crash in the chicane. It's Joby that's around. Who else? Bulldog is spun out. Oh, boy. Not been a good start for Bulldog.
Up front. Oh, a VSC, a local VSC. Zionical Pits.
Very interesting. I think Speedin missed his opportunity to come down and pit right there. But here's the thing, though, Seafreeze. Zionical is good to go to the end, but he's going to have to get through some traffic. And we've seen at a couple times this season, Zionical's gotten into a couple of incidents trying to get through traffic. It's rush hour here in Australia.
Time to go to work.
Oh no! Drive-through for speeding under VSC, so that just blew his whole race up.
Yeah, he got a speeding penalty. He was late to work.
Oh, contact! Jabbar into the wall! He got into it with XD Champ and he lost some of his wing. Oh dear.
Man, that faulty wheel ain't really helping him.
I'm telling you, I know we've been joking, but I actually feel like the wheel is hurting his performance today, because this is not a typical Jabbar race right here.
He might be just a little tipsy tonight, that's all.
Too much partying last night. Well, here comes the two of them.
Alcohol can do to help fix that, you know.
Oh yeah.
Don't drink and drive. Drive, don't drink.
Yeah.
Heineken.
Oh no! Oh, we just had an incident! Some guy in Z-Man Nars must have made contact here in turn 1. Boy, I'm not sure what these guys are drinking, but they're definitely drinking something here in the last couple minutes.
Man, I think there's some oil out there on the track.
Oh dear. Yeah, you know when Jabbar is driving like he's drunk, that's when you know everybody's driving drunk.
Turn up on a Tuesday.
Oh no. That's the new Silver Class slogan right there.
Although, surprisingly, we still have 14 drivers in this race.
Yeah, there is no way. 2 VSCs, a safety car, and about 42 incidents. How? And the only one that is out of the race is the Wiggles.
Those Wiggles. Oh, that's so funny. No, was there ever an orange Wiggle?
You know better than me, man. I never watched any of that Sesame Street stuff.
Red, blue, yellow, and purple.
I never watched those shows. Here comes Speedin' on D-Swish. D-Swish got sideways, entering turn 1. This is going to allow Speedin' to make a move on the outside. He doesn't have much room, though, to work with. Still pushing on those soft tires, and he nearly crashed into D-Swish. Yeah, he is struggling.
Yeah, there is no orange Wiggle. Like I said, it's red, blue, yellow, and purple. But if you mix yellow and purple, what do you get?
Excuse me. This is a family show. I think that went over your head. Some guy gets a penalty. Yeah, that definitely went over your head.
Well, I hope not, then you wouldn't get the orange.
Oh, who's around? Bulldog, in that same corner again. That's in turn 6. Oh, we just had an issue here. Some guy has a broken end plate. Looks like he got together with Z-Man. Oh dear. Boy, I just can't keep up with this sea freeze.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
These guys, they come to play on Tuesdays. Zionical just served his drive-through. He'll rejoin right in front of Z-Man Nars, who's in the Ferrari for the day. But is usually seen in the Alpine.
I do want to point out, we just had a comment in the chat. Bulldog says he's having a lot of fun with no rear wing. And yeah, that would explain it. No rear wing, really. Oh yeah, I think I see it actually, yeah. He might have a little, well, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Bulldog, you should definitely come in and try to take care of that. If not, then I don't know, just try not to be a hazard. Oh, D-switch! Oh my gosh! Did he mean to pit there?
Now he is.
Oh dear.
That's one way to enter the pits. And if he did mean to do that, that is badass.
Looks like Bulldog gonna give way to our leader, F1 Nerd. And boy, I'm telling you, Speedin is still out there. I don't know about that. Here comes Hallberg. Oh, these two. Oh my gosh! D-Switch was not gonna lay back for anybody coming out of the pits.
Those hard tires do not warm up at all when you come out of the pit lane. So, Hallberg with those warm, even though they're older hards, was able to power through.
Yeah, I don't blame Hallberg there for forcing his way by D-Switch in that situation. D-Switch, though, gonna have DRS, and we have a yellow. It is for none other than, guess who?
Bulldog.
I gotta do it. I'm sorry, I don't like doing it unless if somebody has earned it, but I gotta do it. Yeah, you can't really hear it, though, because I've got the Discord on.
I don't hear nothing, but...
Okay. Well, the stream will hear it.
At this point, I'd put the dog in the doghouse.
Oh, do we have to put him down? Is it his time to go?
Yeah, he's broken.
Okay, he's broken. He's a broken doggo. His back legs don't work anymore. That's his issue. That's why he's spinning out all the time. His rear wing is, he needs some surgery. Meanwhile, Zionicle is going to have some work to do here after getting that drive-through. He's got Pabu right in front of him. That was interesting. And now he's going to try and get by him and get up to speed him, but this might be easier said than done. Here he is with DRS, pushing with the overtake. He goes to the right-hand side. These two are swerving, and Pabu loses that spot.
Kind of remarkable. He's not that far off of D-Swish as F1 Nerd is now pitting. And Zionicle had to do the drive-through. I mean, it's not the longest and slowest pit lane in the world, but here comes F1 Nerd. Let's see where he comes out. Right in front of D-Switch, but D-Switch with the warm, hard tires. He'll give him a run for his money down to the turn 3. F1 Nerd holds on. No DRS that time around.
Look at this battle here. Hallberg, Zionicle. Zionicle not going to get the position. Oh, but he's really pushing, trying to get every inch he can here. He's going to... Oh, not a good passing zone. He's going to do it right here, though. Yeah, he's going to have DRS. I wouldn't be pushing if I were him on the battery. But here we go at the front. D-Swish getting by F1 Nerd. And now Zionicle getting by Hallberg. Trouble for Pilot here. Out of turn 5. He has had a rough going at this Australian Grand Prix. Now, I do want to put this out there, Seafreeze. We do have somebody on 15-lap medium tires who has not come in and pit yet for hards. So what does that mean? Soft tires.
Could be. Seeing how long Speedin went on them, should have no problem.
And you know what? Something that has plagued F1 Nerd this season is penalties, and right now, I really haven't seen anything when it comes to warnings. I haven't checked the race director, but Zionical 3-second time penalty. So F1 Nerd looking good here to maybe get a podium or maybe a win if he can get by D-Swish and XD Champ here on the straightaway. This could be a three-way tussle into the chicane. Oh my gosh! D-Swish gets pinched. Here comes F1 Nerd. He's going to make his move after the chicane. Oh, if he doesn't get in the grass, though, that's going to hurt his momentum.
It's smart, though. He made a little mistake, and he held on. He's conservative. He's going to go for it now, though.
Oh, and he pushes him off the road a little bit there. That could have been a lot worse.
There, he had it. Yeah, that was XD's position to back out there. Well, F1 Nerd just out of the DRS.
Yeah, F1 Nerd
he'll be able to close it.
Came to play today for sure. He's in a spot to maybe take over the points lead here with Zionical's penalty. We'll have to see.
Now, right now, Zionical's in 6th. He could maybe get demoted at 7th. But if we have a safety car late in this race, that 3-second time penalty is going to hold a little bit more value. He might get demoted even more, so could go bad either way.
We have not mentioned this person in a little bit, though. Speedin', trying to get by XD Champ. He is on fresh medium tires, and he gets by swiftly.
Moving on up in the world.
I'm telling you, man, he is in a good spot. He's got fresher, faster tires, a lot of laps left, but that guy right there just got fastest lap, and he is looking to get by D-Swish. In turn 6 and 7, F1 Nerd going to apply the battery. He might be looking to make a move here on this DRS straightaway. Let's see what happens. Got him. Oh, but D-Swish goes a little wide.
You got washed up a little understeer there. Now we got to see if F1 Nerd has the speed advantage over D-Swish, or will D-Swish just stick with the DRS, knowing that there's 4 of them, and kind of play this more strategically on when to get back by him. From the looks of it, F1 Nerd does have the advantage.
Last driver to pit, Kluka in the pits here for soft tires. Let's see where he comes out. Right ahead of Hallberg. I'm telling you what, Seafreeze, Kluka has been quite interesting with the strategy this season. Always kind of sneaking his way into the picture when the race really winds down in the closing laps, and somehow, whenever he finishes, he always gets a pretty good result.
Yeah, it seems like he always has problems on the opening laps, beginning of the race. Let's see where he started.
8th.
I'll let you have it. So, right down in Central.
Oh, yeah.
Zionical on XD.
Oh, he gets pushed wide there. Zionicle gonna save it, but XD Champ will give him the spot. Oh, but Zionicle, I think he has to give it back, though. I think the game told him he has to give it back. Caution in Sector 1. Bulldog around again. XD Champ gonna give him the spot once again. Here's Kluka though on Zionicle. This is a pretty important position on track. Let's see what happens here into turn 3. They both have DRS actually, and Zionicle is going to back out and give him the spot.
Yeah, good racecraft knowledge there. He knows what tire he's on. Oh, but that is not good racecraft knowledge. He has another penalty.
Way to jinx him, Seafreeze.
It's interesting. Usually F1 Nerd is the one getting all the penalties. Zionicle is now the one in this one.
I'm telling you, we could have another points lead swap after this race, because with Zionicle's penalties, he might not get a top 6. He might end up around 7th as of now, and with F1 Nerd winning the race, even if he comes in 2nd, he might have it.
And I'm extremely, not that I don't have faith in these guys, but I am very shocked that we still have 14 runners. And Bulldog, you know what? Respect to Bulldog. He's still bearing it out there.
So, do you have XD on your list?
Yeah, I'm gonna send him.
Okay, cool. I'm telling you what, man. Speedin has not been gaining the time that I thought he would be gaining, and Kluka is making a rally, I'm telling you. Just gotta not get a penalty, though. We've seen a couple penalties here in the last few laps. Just stay on track. Speaking of penalties. Oh, and there's a double stack for Haas. Boy, how does that happen at this point in the race with their circumstances? Yikes. At the front, things haven't changed, but it has gotten closer between F1 Nerd and D-Swish. They are coming up on lap traffic, which could affect the DRS. I do notice though, F1 Nerd is at quite a disadvantage with the battery. D-Swish just used a little bit, but F1 Nerd is kind of hovering around the blinking range. He's getting down into the teens, and as a matter of fact, D-Swish might be making a move right here, but he doesn't get the best exit out of the chicane. He might wait till the front straightaway.
Closest battle on track of these two.
Yeah.
About to lap one of the Haas's.
Yeah, D-Swish did not have a good third sector. Lost about half a second right there. This win would be pretty big for F1 Nerd. If he were to hold off D-Swish, it would be F1 Nerd's 4th victory of Season 16, which would tie Zionicle for the most, which is pretty amazing if you consider, flashing back to round 5, the French Grand Prix, Zionicle had gotten his 3rd win of the season at that point.
think we've seen a D-Swish win this season. I know he's got 2 in the silver class since rejoining.
Oh, and Joby has just crashed out, and that is a safety car. That is out of the chicane. Oh boy. Well, that just shook everything up. Our second safety car, and now, boy, that just threw Kluka's strategy out the window. Here comes everybody in the pits.
Get yourself some soft rubber.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, does Kluka actually... What's Kluka gonna do? Is he gonna stay out here?
You could.
No, he's gonna
just
pit.
Follow the leader. You're just gonna follow the leader. That's what he'll do.
Wow.
Because this field is so spread out, it's going to take at least 3 laps. We're going to go, probably we'll have lap 27, 8, and 9. We'll probably have 3 laps. So you'll just get maybe 4. But you'll only have a lap or 2 with DRS with a full tank of battery too. So Kluka probably could have done it. But now he'll be on equal footing starting from 4th, which isn't also terrible, but... So that can make something happen from 4th. Staying out would have been spicy.
Yeah, I do want to point out, I do agree with his decision to come in and pit there. Like, honestly, I think I would have done the same thing. I'm sure it's harder when you're on the track to kind of realize people's scenarios when it comes to penalties because you can't see the whole grid. But 5th and 6th have a boatload of penalties. So essentially, it's going to be between these top 4 drivers, I believe, because Hallberg and Shabar are going to have to get by XD champion Zionicle, and just based on their pace this race, I don't think they're even going to get up there. So really, it's going to come down to these 4 unless if we see a crash.
Well, based off of that, then I would have definitely stayed out. Because you had 2 drivers with a cushion, and Kluka's faster than Hallberg and Shabar, so he'd have a pretty good cushion. But he's opting to stay, on an equal footing, which is nothing wrong with it.
I agree.
Sitting up in 4th, he's got a good opportunity to win it. Let's see what speed he's got in the car.
I think he's going for offense in this scenario. Because if you stay out, you're trying to defend, you're trying to hold people off on older tires, and this is definitely the safer option, which I can respect. Like, I would have done the same thing, honestly. So we'll see, though.
Depending on what he wants from this race, if he knows he's slower than F1 or D-Swish and speeding, then he's not going to pass him if he's behind him, right? If he is lacking in the race and he's not really going to overtake them out on track, then staying out would be doing something different, and would put him in an opportunity to where, he did get those positions with a couple laps left. But it's also dependent on what does he want. Does he want a top 5? Does he want a podium? Does he want to win? How much does he want to risk it? It's all dependent on how good he feels. If he feels like he can go out there and he's got the same speed, if not better than these 3 guys, then I agree, pit. But only he knows that. Because I think this first half of the race, up until this point, he's kind of playing from the behind. So now that he's up here, let's see what he's got.
Keep in mind, too, we do not have DRS active on the first couple of laps after the safety car, so this launch is going to be crucial for F1 Nerd to get away from D-Swish as much as he can before the DRS is active, which, based on where we are on the track, it looks like we may get another lap under safety car. Let's see here. Nope, it's coming in this lap at the last second, so this will be the restart. F1 Nerd determining the pace, and he has to nail this restart. He's accelerating. I think he's going. There he goes. He gets a pretty decent launch, and we're back underway. Boy, Speedin', he gets the best restarts I've seen in this class, but he's going to think better of it.
Oh, wow. That just changed the race. Penalty, Kluka, penalty, Speedin'. It's down to a 2-horser.
Unbelievable. Here we go, though. We still have a side-by-side battle. Zionicle and Kluka, poor position. Kluka going to lose that one. So, yeah, I think this will be a 2-horse race for the win between probably the two most deserving people of this race. Oh, and we have a safety car. What? What do you mean we have a safety car?
Uh-oh. This might be a glitch here.
Hey, if anything, this should be a red flag.
Stop the race. Stop the count.
Yeah, we might have to.
I will say, though, by extending this a lap or two, I don't know how long this will be. Look who could get their first podium with all these penalties. Look down in P7.
Yep. That's a good point.
Everyone's got 3 besides Zionicle, so it's going to be close because naturally, if you have 4 cars ahead, you'll have some, field spread there.
I think, I just don't see how. So we're going to do 1 lap under safety car and go back underway, even though there was nothing that happened on track. I don't get it. Like, do the red flags even exist in this game? Because this is a perfect opportunity for a red flag. Is it not? Oh, look, a bulldog.
Well, I would say no red flag because nothing really happened. If there was carnage, then yeah. But I'd also love to see a red flag, so I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm just saying, like, if the game is going to throw a safety car this late in the race, you should at least go to a red flag, right? You know, that would make sense, considering we're under 3 laps to go, and we're not even going to have DRS if this race gets back underway. Yeah, look at that. 6 seconds for Zionicle, 3 for everybody around him. Paulberg was close at Monza. You remember, he was in a position to win that race, and ultimately it went south very quickly, and he did not finish the race, actually. But, you know what? The guy right behind him, he got his first podium in this league at this very track. Can you imagine Shabar getting on the podium after this race that he had?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he'd keep it with the incident he had earlier, but...
Oh, that's right.
It's still nice to be up there.
True.
But, I will say, safety car's back in this lap, but if Kluka didn't get that penalty, staying out would have been... Sometimes you luck into them here on this game.
Yeah, I wonder, like, if the safety car came back out because it maybe there was a glitch to where it came in too late last lap, because it came in pretty early this lap, so I don't think we're going to have any issues.
Green, white, checkered, here we go.
I think F1 Nerd got as good a restart as he did the previous time. 2 laps to go, and the fight for the win is on. Speedin' looking on D-switch for second. Into turns 3 and 4. F1 Nerd about half a second up. Speedin' in third. Zionicle fourth. A little sideways there out of turn 5.
You don't want to use all your battery yet. You still got another lap and a half. F1 Nerd's about 50. D-Swish at about a 70.
Zionicle looking here on speed, and he has to go very wide. Oh man, he's pushing. caution in Sector 3, and that will be Bulldog out of the race. He did last a very long time, though.
Good stamina, good stamina.
Final lap, F1 Nerd really getting good acceleration out of turn 14. He's got about 7/10 of a lead, and he just got the fastest lap.
I have a feeling the fastest lap will be set on the final lap, because everybody will be draining here.
Yeah, this could be the battle for the podium right here. Hallberg and Chabar. As of now, they're going to be like right on the fringe of getting third, but I think they're going to get it. Whoever finishes ahead of whom.
What would really help them is if Zionicle could get past, if he could get past Speed, and it would give him some extra time.
Oh,
because he's got the 6 seconds, everybody else got the 3.
Speedin's blinking. Zionicle going to be patient. I think he's going to wait until after the chicane. But look at this at the front. These two had a photo finish in the sprint race. Can they have another one in the feature? D-Swish goes to the outside. F1 Nerd defends. This is for the win, and there's contact, and F1 Nerd just spun out. Oh my goodness. D-Swish gets in front of F1 Nerd after contact, and that just shook up the whole championship. D-Swish, welcome back to the top step of the podium in the silver class. He wins the Australian Grand Prix round 11.
Oh, Halberg just misses out. And he'll finish P4. Wow, that is a crazy ending. F1 Nerd.
Oh, man.
Halberg driver of the day. I don't know if that's really anybody's fault other than the corner type. That's such an awkward corner, 90-degree corner. They really ruined that corner, and you really can't go side by side in that corner either. It felt like there was enough room given to both, just a little side pod action. And F1 Nerd wasn't able to hold it around. He kind of got that half spin. But I'd have to take another look at it.
I mean, yeah, no, I am very heartbroken. I don't even know where he finished. He finished somewhere in the midfield, but now Zionicle, boy, what a lucky break for Zionicle, huh? I mean, that, man. F1 Nerd finishes 6th. Zionicle finishes 8th, so he does lose some points. But if you look at the whole weekend, F1 Nerd gets 17 thanks to the sprint race, Zionicle 8. So Zionicle is going to keep the points lead, but man.
It could have been so much more. It could have been.
Jeez.
It really could have went in his favor, but that's almost like him finishing first and Zionicle finishing third, but it could have been a lot better for him.
I will say F1 Nerd getting the fastest lap I think will help him out a little bit too. He'll get 9 points during the feature, and boy, Chabar ends up with a 5th place finish after maybe the sloppiest race I've seen from him. Good stuff. Yeah, that's something we're going to be talking about for a while. Between the sprint race and the feature race, it gets better every week, I'm telling you. All right, time for interviews. Let's tag the peeps, get them in here. So D-Swish, first win in many seasons. I think I remember him saying something that he was back in this league back in season 5. So it has been a long time. Like you said, I don't think we're going to see anything in the Steward, so I think he's going to keep the win. So what a finish.
So who do we need? D-Swish?
Speedin and Kluka. You can tag them if you're already typing.
Sir.
Bulldog says Chabar isn't getting points. Oof.
He's mad about it. You know what? I don't blame him. He had a full race without a wing, basically. And that's unfixable damage, too.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, that, we'll see. I am the Silver Steward. That's all I'm going to say. So I will have a say in this. I won't give my say until, the results are out. But, yeah, I kind of gave my 2 cents earlier. So, anyways, who do we got in here? We have everybody. Good job, guys. Wow. Okay. These guys came prepared. So let's get this party kicked off with 3rd place. Colby, you somehow end up getting on the podium after getting a penalty there on that final restart. And the biggest thing, though, I want to ask about is the second to last safety car. You had the option to stay out after you came in on the soft tires a little bit before. Were you thinking about staying out on the soft tires, or were you committed to following everybody in?
Absolutely not. No, my tires were starting to get burnt up. I was losing time on speeding from the front, so I'm like, there's no point in me staying out on old softs. I was going to lose too much time.
Gotcha. And so we saw the safety car, obviously, there in the last couple of laps, which really shook things up, obviously. I mean, do you have any idea as to what that could have been? Did you hear about a glitch before the race of, safety cars coming out for no reason?
No, there was a giant wreck in turn 1, I think. Yeah, I that's what it was. I saw it on the track map. I think I saw 3 or so cars around, so the game must have through for that.
Okay, interesting. I didn't see any retirements, but that would definitely explain it. And then I think there was one more thing I was going to ask about. There was an incident at the end of the sprint race where you ended up getting your wing cut off on the final lap. I know that Seafree saw it, but I didn't really get a glimpse of it. What happened there?
Oh, so that's just me sucking, kind of. I would have had a good finish, so I just lost traction after a while. I somehow got points without a front wing. I ran the final 3 laps with it. I think I was 12 seconds off the pace, so the fact that I got a point that race was actually kind of good.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, considering all the incidents you had, you're going to come home with a boatload of points, actually. You're going to get 15, obviously, from this race, but you're going to get an extra one from the sprint race, which I believe puts you up into 3rd in points. If not, it's going to be really close with you and Shabar. So I hate to steal the spotlight from Seafreeze, but I do have just one more question. What's your goals for the rest of the season? Are you aiming for top 3 in points, another win? What's the goal here?
My goal is just to get consistent finishes. I really don't care where I finish in the points. There's one thing I'm going to say, too. I think I might finish a little bit higher because the game may have given me a false warning, and I only had 3 warnings, so I'm looking to get that time penalty removed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes on it. Seafreeze, I'm going to pass it over to you if I didn't steal all the questions from you. So go ahead.
Yeah, I got one. You said that you might be getting that penalty removed. You also had that safety car come out weirdly for 1 extra lap. I know you said your call was to come into the pit lane, but now seeing as though the safety car did come out and you only had 2 laps, and that penalty might be removed, in hindsight, do you think you could have won if you did stay out and
No.
the leader? Really?
No, F1 Nerd and D-Switch had a lot more pace. I was not fast today. The fact I got a podium out of this is great.
Even with a full juiced up battery?
Yeah, I know.
2 laps?
For once, I'm not pissed about me not winning.
So you were just sucking tonight. That's all right. It happens. Good finish.
Yeah, one of those parts. Thank you.
Yeah, Colby, nice job on the podium, and keep it up. Let's see you back here next week.
I'll try.
All right. Now, for the first time in TCR, we're going to move on to P2 in your second race, Speedin. Welcome to the podium interview. You had quite. I'm on the Mercedes. I need to go to the Aston Martin. There we go. So yeah, you had a pretty interesting race. It started with you, at least in the feature, really stretching the soft tires there for a while. Just talk about that and how the soft tires felt towards the end of the run.
Yeah, honestly, the soft tires weren't too good. I kept bottoming out a bit, but I couldn't really use the mediums yet. I wanted to save that for later, so I just stretched it because I felt like there would be another safety car, which there was. I got pretty lucky with that, but yeah, the softs weren't too good.
Interesting. I'm just asking because I have a race tomorrow night, so us Golden Class drivers are really kind of using you guys as like guinea pigs almost to almost to test the strategy to see what works and what doesn't work. But there was an incident there at the end of the sprint race that I saw, and I believe it was you and Zionicle that got together in turn 3. I believe it was you and Zionicle. What happened there?
I was just focused on going as fast as possible. I didn't know Zion was having issues with his car, so I just tried to brake at my own spot, and I didn't think it would brake early, and I just bumped into him. It was pretty much my fault.
Gotcha. And then one last thing. So, like I said, this is your second race in the league, and you already have a podium, which is really cool. What's your opinion so far of the league and everybody that you race with? What's the vibe that you're getting?
I love this league. It's harder than any other F1 league I've been in, that's for sure. I like the aggressiveness. I like because in other leagues I would be leading constantly because they weren't too skilled, but in this one I actually can have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. That's what we love to hear. Seafreeze, you got any questions for Speedin?
Yeah, well, congratulations on the, first podium in TCR. How the heck did you get those soft tires to last that long? And why did it take you so long to come in to change them?
I don't know. I just kind of put a setup in that I found and just hope for the best. I guess it was a tire saving setup. I don't know. But I just didn't pit because I wanted to save my mediums. Because if I used them too early and then a safety car came out, I was kind of in the middle because I don't want to use my softs there either because it's too early for that. So yeah.
Nice. And you did mention a little bit about your league racing background, but any more comment on how long you've been league racing for? Is this your first game doing it? Just to kind of get a little sense of what you're bringing to the class.
Yeah, I started league racing in early 2020. And it was a mix of NASCAR Heat 5 and I think it was F1 2020 or 2021, whichever one. And I've been doing Gran Turismo recently. I haven't been doing anything like Assetto Corsa, the really hyper-realistic games, but I've been doing the cheaper stuff, essentially.
The cheaper stuff. And you've been liking it so far? You like it? Good. You're on the wheel?
I'm on controller.
Controller, all right. We'll get you on the wheel sometime. We'll upgrade you from cheap to not as cheap. You'll enjoy it a lot, but congratulations, and hope we see a lot more of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Seafreeze, I agree. It's definitely a lot more fun when you're, actually using a wheel. I was definitely on controller for way too long. But now we will go to our race winner for the first time in a while here in TCR. D-Swish, you had quite the finish in the sprint race, and you had quite the finish in the feature race. But I got to talk about that incident there. I believe that was in turn 11. Yes, turn 11 with you and F1 Nerd. Just talk about what you saw from your point of view.
Well, he didn't get a very good run through the S's, and I got a fantastic run. And, I mean, I was gaining pretty much from the exit of the corner, and he defended the inside. I thought I left him enough room. I outbroke him going around the outside. I tried to help hold it around the outside. But, I mean, if we got to look at the film, and if I didn't give him enough room and I get a penalty, and it's well worth it, and I'll apologize. No problem.
And then I do want to go back to the sprint race because we don't have the record on this, but you might have just been in the closest finish that we've had in this league. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was 8/1000ths of a second at the finish line. And obviously, though, you weren't the one that finished ahead. When you crossed the line, did you have any idea as to who won that race?
Yeah, I think lap 8, same corner as the incident of the race, I half spun, and I think I clipped, or F1 Nerd clipped me and hit his front wing. So I kind of let him go, and then I was trying to make it as close as I could without passing him because I just didn't feel like it was right if I would repass him because I pretty much took half of his front wing off by myself. You know, it was my fault. So I tried making it as close as I could without getting him.
Interesting. Okay. Wow. That definitely puts a new perspective into things as to what we saw. You know, it was almost too close to be true. It's like, did they really finish that close on track? But that would explain it, I guess. And then obviously, you know, those last couple of safety car restarts were probably pretty tense, a lot of pressure involved. What was your thoughts when you saw that final safety car restart, though, with 3 laps to go? What was the mindset at that point?
I was kind of unsure why we even got the safety car to begin with, but I mean, I don't know, it gave me a chance to refill my battery again and get one more go at him on the last lap.
Right on. I will hand this over to Seafreeze for one last question, and then we will wrap this thing up.
Oh, man. A lot of pressure.
I know, right?
It's nice to see a D-Switch finally up. Not that it, you've been doing your thing, but first win in the season, first time in your return. I was going to ask, do you remember, I think you do have 2 other wins from seasons ago. Do you remember what races they came from, just to begin?
Oh, man. That's going back years now. I think I might have won one at Bahrain, maybe. Honestly, it's been so long, I'm not even sure.
All right, no problem. And, how's it feel to finally get one done? After
it was good. I mean, I definitely had the pace.
Absolutely, you did. And I'm just looking back. Your last win was in season 9. It was round 3 at Japan. That was,
wow.
In, like I said, season 9, which was on F1 2019. And your first win was actually 2 races before that. It was the round 1, the opening round at Bahrain. Same season, same game.
There was a Bahrain somewhere in there.
So yeah, season 9. What are we in?
16.
You do the math. That's how it's been a couple years. But I mean, you've also had a lot of seasons out of the car. But it's cool, nice to see you back up there.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Seafreeze. So usually, the last few weeks, our roles have been swapped. To where at the end of the race, you ask me to give a few words to summarize everything that we just saw. But luckily for me, I get to ask you now. What's a 3-word summary for all of the just chaos that we saw?
Well, this is technically 2 words, but it could also be fit into 1 word. I'd probably say fruit salad.
you guys got to go back and watch the stream if you want to understand that.
I'd definitely say so for that. The second one I do is Yummy Yummy.
No, oh, come on. No, that's the same thing.
No, I don't know. I don't do this. I make my own rules up. And the third one is Photo Finish. Get a nice close finish in the sprint race.
Okay.
Oh, and Heartbreak. Oh, man, Heartbreak. Our F1 nerd. Not even on the podium.
Yeah, that's one of the words I was going to use for sure. I was going to go with Heartbreak.
It doesn't matter what you think. It's not your time to shine, Camden.
I guess it's not. So now we have to end the stream now, and we'll flip our roles back to what it was for next week. Which, by the way, next week we are in Singapore for the last week of the Asian tour, if we even had one, because we only really had 3 races in the Asian Oceania region, but. This is that time of the schedule where we are in that region of the world, and we'll be in Singapore next week. It will be a long night, probably not as long as tonight though, just because we had the sprint race and the feature, but it'll be a long one. So, and then after that, we have 3 races left, and then it's all done, and then we go back into hibernation for a couple months.
Sad.
Yep.
It's gone quick.
But tomorrow night, same time, same place, Golden Class. I'll be there in that race, along with several silver drivers. Silver drivers probably reserving in that race. And then Thursday, we have the Platinum Class. Same time, same place here in Australia. My name is Camden Luca. That is Seafreeze. And we will see you then.